はい、赤坊主です。はい、今回ペリカンズとやっていきます。はい。気合い入れていこう。気合いを入れていこう。
It's the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the Trailblazers.
クリス・ポール、ブラッドリー・ビ、
They come in off a win in their last outing against Brooklyn. They've been hot right from the opening tip of the new season. There was no feeling out process for them this year. They've looked comfortable straight away. Hey Shaq, let's talk about Monty Williams, the head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans. He's one of these Greg Popovich disciples. How would you
よし、やろう。よし、やるぞ。勝つ。勝つ。さあ、飛ぶぞ。よし。
Sentiment. You just have to understand what the situation is.
アウトバウンズ、嘘。やらかした。しょっぱなからやらかしちゃって待ってくれよ。なんかこういうパターンのやつ前はあったな。させねえ。
He operates so well close to the bucket. There's nothing he likes more than seeing an opening inside. You know, an interesting statement came from the mouth of CP3 last year when he mentioned that he feels that Allen Iverson was the most influential player ever. Interesting. Most probably would have said Jordan. Now here's Paul. Right now averaging 7 points a game. They get it back. Thompson misses. New Orleans on D. They're coming off that win against Minnesota. And a lot of their scoring came from unexpected places from guys who don't typically get a lot of minutes. And you know what? Those guys on the bench, they practice every day too, even if they don't play every night. That night, they were ready.
もうファウル取られすぎやろ最近。そんなことないかな。なんか結構取られてる気する。
He looks for every advantage he can get, whether it's a 2-for-1s or looking to sell a call to the officials. He always appears to be driven to find that edge. Renee's setting the pick for Rose. And it's sent back by Lopez.
ミスった。やられた。ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って。
Paul outside. Kicks it to Lopez. Burks with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Heads up.
よっしゃ、成功。うまくいった。
Steve, that's how it should be played. I mean, rapid fire basketball. Paul kicks to Lopez. Back to Paul. Pass to Lopez. Inside runner. And there was a study using the new motion tracking camera, Steve, that I know that you're interested in, to look at every action on the court, every action, and it determined that the league's most impactful player, none other than Chris Paul. Well, did we really need the cameras to figure it out?
よっしゃい。あれ、いやなんかこのスタイルも結構かっこいいな。片腕だけ出してるってなんか。
He's always at the controls for his team, so poised, an incredible decision maker. It just figures out whatever needs to be done to win the game. And that one's good.
いやでも飛んでも一緒やったねなんか。あれはどうやって止めるの？いまいち分かってる。なんかタイミングが遅かった。もうちょっと早かったら止めれるの？入らん。くそ。やらかし。よし。うわ、やらかす。やらかす。もう頼むわマジでって俺やねんけどさ。これ入んちゃう？よっしゃ。やれ。うわ、勝て。体でぶつかってってもなかなか勝てん。あいつちょっとなかなかやるよ。
Nene with the screen on Paul. Rose passes to Burks. Back to Rose. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Parsons' shot is off. New Orleans in the lead.
New Orleans looked a lot better overall as a team last year than they had the years before, but still a very young club, and it hurt them. They had to travel well on the road. Tristan Thompson, a really nice hustle player. Chance to be a double-double guy, but you know, as a former number 4 pick overall, I think expectations were probably a little too high for him, but he's turned into a very solid NBA player.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Omer Asik. He's checked in for Gortat. Garnett comes in for Nene. Corey Brewer's checked in for Alec Burks. Jeremy Lin in for Derrick Rose. Portland's 3 of 5 from
いけるんちゃう？いけ。おお。ちょっと焦ったけど今なんか失敗したんじゃないかっていう。
I still think he's developing his footwork and craftiness inside as far as understanding how to create angles. Get his shot off. He's young and there's plenty of time and he's shown plenty of promise.
取れる気がした。取れる気がした。もう俺があかんのか。うん。
Sessions up top. Tries yet again. Mayo. That's good. Mayo's got his first points in this one.
A nice piece of work there. Find a little space and pull the trigger.
Lynn dishes to Parsons. Out to the wing. Here's Asik.
OK。焦るわ。あのパターンだったらだいたい後ろ側になんか落ちてって外れるっていうパターンをよく見てきてるから。気のせいかな。よく見てる。いや、よく見てる気するわ。外れろ。よし。こっからよ。問題はこっから。こっからどないして勝つかっていうこと。うん。まあ、第1はまあこんなもんでもまだいいけども、第4がね、第4終わった時に点数が多い方が勝ちですからね。まあここで話されたらちょっと話もないわ、元も子もないっていうか、もうお話にならないわけですけども。ここで話されるとするとさすがにはお話にはならないんですけど、まあでも一番大事なのはね、やっぱり第4でどのぐらいできるか。よし、いけ。OK。違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違う違うそれいらんそれいらんそれいらんそれいらん俺それ嫌い俺そのなんかディフェンスで良かったことがない。
As Paul said, that's the only thing that matters now. At this point in my career, I'm only focused on building for the postseason because that's where you make your name and that's where you make your imprint on history. He's looking to add to that wonderful legacy, guys.
He certainly is. Thanks, Doris.
Well, you can see that desire on the court. He's so focused. This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Outside, Lynn.
やべ、前に出られへんやつ。ケビンが前に出られへんやつ。よし、知ってた。
Pelicans leading by 3. Mayo kicks to Sessions. To the middle. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Well, now they're just going to town on him.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin.
なんか始まってからろくなことが起きてないぞ。
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Now, here's Brewer. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Passes it to Parsons. He feeds it to Garnett. 6 on the shot clock. Drilled from 11 feet out.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Well, Kevin Garnett came into this league straight out of high school, initially a 6'9" small forward, continued to grow, and listed at 6'11" for most of his career. For whatever reason, he's never embraced actually being called a 7-footer.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Gortat's checked in for Asik. Nene comes in for Kevin Garnett. Alec Burks checked in for Parsons, and it's Rose in for Jeremy Lin. Trailblazers trail by 3.
今のは
Right,
助
let's
か
go
っ
over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin.
た。あんまり
Monty
助かっ
Williams
た
was
っていうふう
just
に
going
言い
over the
たくない
plan
ん
with
で
his
すけど、
team.
たまに言っちゃい
He'd
ますよ
like
ね。
them to concentrate on their
助かってる
transition
こっち
game
の
to
ミ
keep
スが
the tempo
向こうに見
fast
逃
and
され
put
た。
pressure on the defense in
まあ
the
そうな
open
んですけ
court.
ど、
There was
あん
something
まり
else
印
he
象として
mentioned
良くない
too.
気がす
He
る。
wants them to utilize the pick and roll as much as possible in their coming possessions.
外
They're
れ
not
よし。
going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And Garnett, every bit 7 feet tall. And in his prime, one of the most mobile and agile 7-footers the league has ever
OK。
Yeah, and one of the best jump shooting 7-footers from that
入るね。
15 to 18 foot
スリー
range
ポイン
as
ト入る
well.
わ。
Led the league
彼
in
のなんか名前
rebounds
は
per game
ブルー
4
は。
consecutive seasons from 03 to 07.
ああ、ま
Looks
あ
like one of those guys that was made to play the game.
And these two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other.
さあどうするか。ねねでいこ
Rose kicks to Nene. 1:44 left in the second
う。こ
quarter.
れでどうや。よっ
That's
しゃ
good.。The Pelicans have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. The
やべ。
drive by
う
Paul,
お。
and he drops in the layup off the
や
glass.
急げ急げ急げ。あいつ
Paul's
が立ち上がる
got
前に早
6
く。
points.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse. Derrick Rose has always had an effective floater. It's a must-have shot for any point guard. He said he developed it on the playgrounds of Southside Chicago.
よっしゃ。
You didn't call fouls, so you just had to find a way to get your shot off before the contact.
Paul passes to Lopez. Lopez right side. Rebound by Rose.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Now here is Gortat. He kicks to Burks. 3-pointer.
いけるかな。入れ。
Thompson with the
入らない。
rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
ああ。
And Rose working to develop his floater with
いつもにあいつあんなとこに来
left
てたの
hand as well.
Well, you don't see many players who can make a floater with either hand. I mean, something like that with his quickness, that would be impossible to
おっし
defend.
ゃ。
And that one's good.
He's so reliable. And, you know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
Paul
や
outside.
べ遊ばれてる遊ばれてる。
And it's Beal in the corner.
やべ。
Goes up on the high post. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a win against the Brooklyn Nets.
That was an impressive defensive performance. The athleticism, the intensity, the energy, really shutting their opponent down.
And Steve, that was reflected in their block
Okay.
total. I mean, they were extremely disruptive, equal parts hustle,
まあまあまあまあ
and
こんな感じでリードして終わ
We've
りたい
got
けど。
13 seconds
だろ
left here in the second.
うわーリードどころかちょっと待て待て待
Drive
て。
by Paul.
あ
Drops. That's 10 points for Brook Lopez.
あ。マジか
What a
よ。
floor leader he's been at the offensive end.
You know,
どう
he's
しよ
done a terrific job of moving the ball around, sharing it,
Hey.
dispersing it, and running the
う。ああ
shot.
無理か。
And the first half ends in a close one.
はい前半終了です。後半に続きま
They
す
lead。by 3.